Long ago, in a land far away, lived a woman named Manoah and her husband. They were hopeful, they dreamed of having a child, but it hadn't happened yet. One day, an angel appeared to Manoah's wife. The angel had a message. "You will have a son," the angel said. "He will be extraordinary, he will be strong, he will save his people from their enemies." The woman was overjoyed, she told her husband. They were both filled with joy. They knew this baby was a precious gift from God. The angel had also given them important instructions. Their son must be a Nazirite. This meant he would be dedicated to God. He would never cut his hair. This would give him incredible strength. Manoah's wife gave birth to a son, just as the angel had promised. They named him Samson. As Samson grew, so did his strength. It was clear that God was with him. Everyone knew Samson was destined for greatness. They waited with excitement to see how the prophecy would unfold. The promise of their son had filled their hearts with hope. They believed he would deliver their people from the Philistines. As Samson grew older, his strength became legendary. One day, he journeyed to Timnah with a purpose. He sought to marry a Philistine woman despite his parents' concerns. On his way, a fierce lion confronted Samson. It roared and charged at him. But Samson, undaunted, faced the lion with courage. He seized it with his bare hands and overpowered it with his extraordinary strength. Later, when Samson returned to the spot, he discovered that bees had created a hive in the lion's carcass, filling it with honey. Samson scooped out the honey and tasted its sweetness, savoring the reward of his bravery. He shared the honey with his parents, a gesture of love and generosity, though he kept the lion's tail to himself. This encounter was a powerful testament to Samson's God-given strength and a prelude to the many incredible feats he would achieve. Samson married the Philistine woman. During their wedding feast, he shared a riddle with his 30 groomsmen. "Out of the eater came something to eat," he said. "Out of the strong came something sweet." He gave them 7 days to solve it. If they couldn't, they would owe him 30 linen garments and 30 sets of clothes. The groomsmen were determined. They couldn't figure out the answer. They went to Samson's wife. "Help us," they said. "Make him tell you the answer. If you don't, we will be in trouble." The wife cried and pleaded with Samson. Finally, he gave in and told her the answer. It was about the lion and the honey. She told the groomsmen. When they told Samson the answer, he was surprised. He realized his wife had shared the secret. In reflection, he left the feast and his bride. He would find a way to make things right. Samson was driven by a sense of justice. He sought to stand up against the Philistines. He caught 300 foxes. He tied their tails together in pairs. Then he attached a torch to each pair of tails. He released the foxes into the Philistines' fields. The foxes ran through the fields, igniting a powerful change. The fields were filled with ripe crops, ready for harvest. The fire transformed everything. The Philistines' efforts were challenged. The Philistines were astonished when they discovered the cause of the fire. They realized Samson's strength. Their resolve grew and they sought to confront him. They attacked and burned down the house of Samson's wife and her father, seeking answers. Their actions only strengthened Samson's resolve. The journey of conflict and courage continued. Section 5. The Jawbone's Fury. The Philistines went to Lehi looking for Samson. They wanted to capture him and punish him. When Samson heard they were coming, he went out to meet them. He was alone, but he was not afraid. God's spirit filled him with incredible strength. Samson found the jawbone of a donkey lying on the ground. He picked it up and faced the Philistines with courage. He fought with incredible determination, striking down anyone who came near him. The Philistines were no match for his strength. When the battle was over, 1,000 Philistines lay defeated. Samson stood victorious, the jawbone still in his hand. He was thirsty from the fight. He cried out to God for help. God answered his prayer by causing water to flow from a hollow place in the jawbone. Samson drank deeply, his strength renewed. This victory cemented Samson's reputation as a fearsome warrior. The Philistines learned to respect his name and the power he possessed. Section 6. The Gates of Gaza. The Philistines were in awe of Samson's incredible strength. They sought to challenge him. They offered a reward for anyone who could assist them. One night, Samson ventured to Gaza. He found refuge in a harlot's house. The people of Gaza learned of his presence. They surrounded the city, planning to confront him at dawn. Samson was aware of their intentions. He waited until midnight. Then he approached the city gate. With immense power, he tore the gates off their hinges, including the posts and bar. He carried them on his shoulders to the top of a hill facing Hebron. The people of Gaza were left in awe. They had never witnessed such extraordinary strength. Samson had once again triumphed. His legacy as an unstoppable force inspired many. The people lived with a renewed sense of hope, knowing that strength and courage could overcome any challenge. Section 7. Delilah's Deception. The Philistine rulers approached Delilah, a woman who lived in the beautiful valley of Sorek. They knew Samson had a deep affection for her. They offered her a great reward to uncover the secret of his strength. Delilah accepted the challenge. She pretended to love Samson, but her heart was set on a different goal. She asked him, "What is the secret of your great strength? How can someone tie you up and overpower you?" Samson, blinded by love, trusted her. Initially, he gave her misleading answers. Each time, Delilah would tie him up with ropes or weave his hair into a loom, and each time Samson easily broke free, showcasing his incredible strength. Finally, Samson revealed the truth. "If my hair is cut, my strength will leave me," he confessed. Delilah realized she had discovered the real secret. While Samson slept, she called for a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. With his hair gone, Samson's strength diminished. But even in his vulnerability, Samson's spirit remained unbroken, ready to rise again. Section 8. The Price of Betrayal. With Samson's secret revealed, Delilah betrayed him. She alerted the Philistine rulers, who quickly captured the weakened Samson. They gouged out his eyes and took him to Gaza. There they bound him with bronze chains and forced him to grind grain in the prison like a common slave. Blinded and humiliated, Samson endured their cruelty, but his hair, a symbol of his strength, began to grow back. Each day he toiled in the prison, but with every struggle he grew stronger in spirit. The Philistines celebrated their victory over the once mighty Samson. They believed they were finally free from his wrath. Their celebrations would be short-lived. They had underestimated the power of Samson's God and the resilience of his spirit. The stage was set for a final confrontation, one that would showcase the triumph of faith and determination. Section 9. Samson's Triumph. One day the Philistine rulers held a great festival in the temple of their god, Dagon. They brought Samson out of prison to entertain them. They mocked him, unaware that his strength was returning with his hair. As Samson stood in the temple, he asked to lean against the 2 central pillars for support. Thousands of Philistines filled the temple, eager to witness Samson's humiliation. They chanted and jeered, unaware of the impending triumph. With a silent prayer to God, Samson gathered his remaining strength. He pushed against the pillars with all his might. The pillars crumbled and the entire temple collapsed upon the Philistines. Samson's final act was a testament to his unwavering faith and his relentless pursuit of justice. The legend of Samson serves as a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, strength and redemption can shine through, inspiring generations to come.